dumbest show. The dumbest show. This is the dumbest show.
Can you do that?
The dumbest show. The dumbest show. The dumbest show. You sure we're going the right way? That sign says Thailand over there.
Two of you is the worst. Stop, please. We need to focus.
Okay.
This is a real problem.
You're shorter. You can pedal. I can't go anywhere.
No.
What?
Wow. Hi, everybody. One-handed.
Oh, he's a disaster.
This is a little harder than they thought.
I read the news today.
You call this the dumbest show?
Yeah,
Look at
absolutely.
us.
After
This
that,
is
yeah.
Great.
This is News Today with WDW News Today. Hello, I'm Eric Morton of wdwnt.travel. Please like this video, subscribe, and hit that notifications bell to make sure that you never miss the latest from Disney theme parks around the world. Here now is the news for, oh my goodness, it's already July 31st, 2024. Quick note, there's a ton of Disney Destiny news that's been dropping, and we have big predictions for D23. Destiny stuff will be at the end of the video. I know some of you don't like all the cruise line, don't want to be, inundated with all this cruise line news, but there's a bunch of it, but it's going to be at the end of the episode. And if you only care about cruise line stuff, you can skip to the end too, but we hope you'll watch. All right, here we go. 2 more August dates, including the event's opening night, have sold out for the 2024 Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party. Back in May, Halloween night, October 31st, became the first date to sell out for Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party. August 13th, which is the second night of the party, sold out shortly thereafter. Then on July 28th, tickets for Tuesday, August 20th sold out. Now August 9th, the opening night of the event, and August 16th have both reached their limits, and tickets are no longer available to guests. The only dates remaining for the opening month of the event are August 23rd, 27th, and 30th. All September dates and all October dates, except for Halloween, are still available, so I guess get them quick. Get them while you can. Crews have begun removing trees around the dinosaur show building at Disney's Animal Kingdom, indicating that a closure announcement is likely imminent to transform it into an Indiana Jones attraction. During a recent visit to Animal Kingdom, we noticed that the trees around the show building for Dinosaur were thinning out a bit. They were being thinned out a bit, signaling that removal has begun. The show building for Dinosaur is unusual. When the structure was built, the goal was to hide the giant show building behind the much smaller Dino Institute building via trees planted both around the structure and on the building itself, kind of like an old Carrabba's, if you remember that. It appears that crews have begun removing trees that were planted on the building specifically, with some behind the structure also possibly removed. It's hard to tell from up front. We think so. The retheming of Dinosaur into an Indiana Jones attraction was first announced during Destination D23 as part of a larger Tropical America's reimagining of Dinoland USA. Walt Disney Imagineering previewed a model of the land in a video earlier this year, which included both the proposed Encanto and Indiana Jones attractions. It's possible that with work already beginning on reducing the density of those trees on and around the building, the closure, again, is possibly imminent. This announcement would likely come at the Horizons Disney Experiences Showcase taking place during this year's D23, the ultimate Disney fan event on August 10th. We'll get to more on that later. A new series of Disney villains-inspired merchandise has arrived at Walt Disney World ahead of the Halloween season. We found a Disney villain spirit jersey, socks, a Hades tumbler, and a Maleficent hat at World of Disney in Disney Springs. Collection features the Disney villains spirit jersey. This one is $79.99. The socks are $16.99. There's a belt bag for a whopping $39.99. A backpack for $49.99. That Hades tumbler is $24.99. A Maleficent dragon hat, well, that's going to be $29.99. And a Disney Villains button-down shirt for $64.99. Guests hoping to enjoy Fuentes del Morro pool, the main pool at Disney's Caribbean Beach Resort, will now have to show resort-given wristbands in order to gain access to the amenity. Currently, the pool has only one entrance and exit available for guests. Signs have been placed outside the gates to point guests in the right direction for entry. The A-frame sign reads, "Bon dia, Islanders. Please use main entrance gate by Old Port Royal lobby," with a red arrow pointing to the left. A sign on the gate itself reads, "The Fuentes del Morro pool is for the exclusive use of Caribbean Beach Resort guests," and lists the day's pool hours. According to the cast members that we spoke to at the resort, this is a test with managers at other Disney resorts. They're kind of wanting to be updated on issues and successes related to this wristband system. As far as how to obtain wristbands for pool access, we observed a resort guest scanning their magic band at a lifeguard table. Once it was proven that they were staying at the resort, they were given wristbands that corresponded to the day of their visit. This program is brought to you by our official travel agent sponsor, Be Our Guest Vacations. Your dream vacation begins with Be Our Guest Vacations and their concierge team of expert vacation planners. Head to wdwnt.travel and their team will design your next magical vacation from Disney World and Disneyland to Disney Cruise Line, because you're definitely going to want to look at the Disney Destiny after some of the stuff we've seen, all the way to Adventures by Disney and more. They're also able to book unforgettable VIP tours where you and your group can experience the ultimate park day. The best part, their services are 100% free, so book today. After a month-long battle between cast member unions and Disneyland Resort, new 3-year contracts that were approved have now been ratified. According to a post from @Disney Workers Rising on Instagram, the contract agreement is for 3 years. It comes after unions had voted in favor of a strike authorization after their negotiations initially fell through. The group represents 14,000 cast members. Most Disneyland cast members will be receiving $6.10 over 3 years, a minimum base wage rate of $24 in 2024. The Redwood Creek Challenge Trail at Disney California Adventure has reopened. The construction began on March 5th and the attraction reopened on July 28th. The Redwood Creek Challenge, say that 3 times fast. The Redwood Creek Challenge Trail is an interactive walkthrough featuring a rock climb, log slides, and a tire swing. Anyone is allowed on the trail, but the activities do have height restrictions. It's part of Grizzly Peak in DCA, if you didn't know. We spoke with a cast member and they let us know that the ropes are new. There is new rubber mulch on the ground below the swing and everything has been freshly painted. Haunted Mansion Holiday has returned to Disneyland Park, as we told you, for the Halloween/Christmas season. Since construction is still ongoing outside the mansion, the ride is using a virtual queue. This is the annual The Nightmare Before Christmas overlay that people love so much. Usually the ride closes to be converted back to the regular Haunted Mansion just a few days before I visit. I've been to Disneyland dozens of times and never seen this overlay. So I'll keep you updated on my travel plans, because we know that right before then, it's going to convert it back to the regular Haunted Mansion. All right, now let's get to those D23 predictions. Keep in mind, some of this is just for fun. Some of this is speculation based on educated information we have. Some of it, Disney could have canceled or Disney could have a big surprise for us. But Tom went through and came up with some great ideas. Some of these are not fully fleshed out yet, and they may include more in the article. It's getting ready to publish right now. Tom's asleep in Tokyo right now, I imagine it's the middle of the night. So when he wakes up, he'll finalize that piece and we'll get that published. But D23, the ultimate Disney fan event, is rapidly approaching, with the event taking place in Anaheim, California from August 9th through 11th. On Saturday then, at 7 p.m. Pacific time, Disney Experiences Chairman Josh D'Amaro will take the stage for Horizons Disney Experiences Showcase. Colloquially, we all know this as the Disney Parks panel, where announcements will be made for Disney parks and experiences around the world. We've put together this list of our top D23 predictions, some more likely than others to come to fruition. And of course, there are always surprises. Again, just a little disclaimer before we get going. The Beyond Big Thunder project was previewed as a blue sky concept back in 2022 at D23, but we're likely to get more concrete details this year. I think everybody believes we're going to get a lot more concrete details this year. The expansion is set to be the largest in Magic Kingdom history, rivaling the likes of Pandora, the World of Avatar, and Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. I hope it's even bigger. One potential announcement would be the closure of the Liberty Square Riverboat and Tom Sawyer Island in order for work to begin on Beyond Big Thunder. I guess we'll see. I used to say they should have done that for like a little New Orleans thing when there was all talk of Tiana and there's a lot of land there that doesn't get used too much. We'll see how it applies to Big Thunder. Big Thunder Mountain Railroad, by the way, speaking of Beyond Big Thunder, is not currently scheduled for a refurb, but rumors indicate it will close later in 2024 and remain closed for about a year. A permit was filed recently to support that theory. The attraction may receive a larger than usual refurbishment, but also may need to be closed longer to accommodate construction, trucks going in and out, things like that. The initial concept art that was showed had potential areas themed to Coco, Encanto, and Disney villains. Other possibilities that have been rumored include Zootopia, like the new land in Shanghai Disney Resort, or a version of Cars Land for Disney California Adventure. Encanto is less likely to be included in the final project because, well, it's now on the slate for the Tropical Americas project at Disney's Animal Kingdom. Rumors have indicated that we're due for a new daytime parade at Magic Kingdom, replacing Festival of Fantasy. We'll see about that. At D23 in 2023, another Blue Sky project, the Tropical Americas that we referenced before, was shown as a potential replacement for Dinoland USA. Looks like that's happening. It will reportedly include attractions based on Encanto and Indiana Jones. Notably, Indiana Jones Adventure at Disneyland uses the exact same ride system and track as Dinosaur. A new version of Journey into Imagination, though, for all the Epcot fans, that has been rumored for a long time. The attraction has a bumpy history with major changes, though recent maintenance has restored long broken effects. Many sources indicate that the ride is on the slate for reimagining. A permit was filed this year for work on the Imagination Pavilion, but they file permits all the time for minor and major things, so I guess we'll just have to wait and see. Hopefully there's a big surprise about that attraction for us. Work on the newest iteration of Test Track is currently underway at Epcot. The reimagining was first announced during Destination D23 last year, with Imagineers planning to bring that spirit of optimism from World of Motion to the attraction. So a lot of World of Motion stuff. We'll hopefully get more details on this during the Parks panel. A Monsters, Inc. door coaster has long been rumored for Disney's Hollywood Studios, going back all the way to like 2008. Now rumors suggest the idea is being revived once again, and if so, maybe it could replace Star Wars Launch Bay. Doesn't seem to be a lot going on over there. The coaster would be inspired by the massive door vault scene from the original Pixar film, where the fictional Monsters, Inc. would make the doors used to access the bedrooms of children in order to scare them for their scream energy, of course. Former Walt Disney World Vice President Dan Cockerell previously said in an interview that the plans for the coaster were shelved in favor of more family offerings back in those days. Disney has been experimenting with drone shows also in its parks around the world, including at Walt Disney World with Disney Dreams That Soar. If you haven't seen it, you have about a month left. I highly recommend it. In Disney Springs, of course. The Disney Electrical Sky Parade over at Disneyland Paris has been very popular as well. Makes sense that Disney would want to introduce a more permanent offering utilizing drone technology somewhere at Walt Disney World. Oh boy, Reflections at Disney Lakeside Lodge was originally announced back in 2018 following rumors of a new nature-inspired resort. After River Country was demolished in 2019 to make way for the project, COVID-19 shutdowns in 2020 and a 2021 permit for trailer removal supported rumors that the project was canceled, before Disney ultimately filed a 5-year extension on a permit for the project staging ground. In May of 2024, another construction permit extension was filed, giving some hope that this long-delayed project may finally come to fruition. It's possible we could hear more information on this at D23. Now for Disneyland. Well, following last year's announcement from CEO Bob Iger that an Avatar experience would be coming to Disneyland Resort, we now expect more details as to what that offering might be. Based on rumors and the released concept art, a new Avatar boat ride could be coming to Disney California Adventure, utilizing some existing space in Hollywoodland and other land not currently part of the park. The attraction will reportedly use the same ride system as Pirates of the Caribbean Battle for the Sunken Treasure. That's the one at Shanghai Disneyland. Uses a lot more projection. Following its opening at Shanghai Disneyland, sources indicate also that a Zootopia-themed land may make its way to domestic Disney parks, specifically Disney California Adventure. If rumors are to be believed, the new area will replace a good portion of Hollywoodland. It has been nearly a year since we last received an update on the Avengers Campus e-ticket attraction, said to transport riders and superheroes through the multiverse to battle Thanos, a version of the villain, King Thanos actually, a version of Thanos who won during Infinity Saga. We expect to either get more concrete details on what this experience will involve or news of its cancellation. They probably won't announce a cancellation on this stage, but you never know. The Disneyland Forward saga came to a close in May when the final approval of the plan was put forward by the Anaheim City Council. After a 30-day waiting period, the plan was put into effect on June 7th, meaning that work could begin on building new lands, resort hotels, retail locations, and more within the existing Disneyland Resort footprint. It is possible we could hear about park expansions at D23, but we expect the next step for Disneyland Forward to be an announcement and planning for a third gate in Anaheim. With Disneyland Resort's 70th anniversary coming up in 2025, we expect some sort of reveal for the celebration, at least a logo reveal, maybe more. As far as potential offerings go, rumors suggest that Paint the Night Parade will return. That would be great. And also possibly the Main Street Electrical Parade. Of course, there could be more to the milestone celebration that can be announced at D23 as well. Now let's go across the pond to Paris. Maybe an attraction for the Lion King? I guess we'll see. There are other rumors that we're ironing out at this point that we're getting ready to publish. You'll see when the article publishes, probably before this episode airs. After Disneyland Paris, executives confirmed that plans for Star Wars Galaxy's Edge area at Walt Disney Studios Park, soon to be renamed Disney Adventure World, were canceled. Rumors have swirled that a possible version of Pandora, the world of Avatar, could be added to the park instead. If this is indeed the plan, we expect some form of announcement during the panel. The renaming of Walt Disney Studios Park to Disney Adventure World was first announced back in April. While we did get a good amount of details on the reimagining of the park at the time, there are still some details left to reveal. It is possible that we could get new details for a nighttime spectacular at Disney Adventure World. With the park's renewed focus on immersive worlds and their stories, a new nighttime show would help tie all these ideas and IP together. The lake that is part of the expansion of Disney Adventure World is known as Adventure Bay, first revealed back in April. This lake will serve as the gateway to the themed lands around it and include the Adventure Bay promenade called Adventure Way. Adventure Bay, Adventure Way, here we go. It will also feature an entertainment stage with fountains, music, lights, and special effects. One of the restaurants previously announced for Disney Adventure World is the Regal View Restaurant and Lounge located on Adventure Way. Another restaurant previously teased is the former restaurant on Coulisses inside Studio One, which will become Hollywood Gardens Restaurant when the area is transformed into world premiere. It is possible we could receive further details about these dining experiences, as well as new reveals of other dining offerings coming to the park. One of the immersive worlds already announced for Disney Adventure World is World of Frozen. Big surprise there. The land will be located on the edge of Adventure Bay and include a version of Frozen Ever After for Disneyland Paris. The ride currently exists at both Walt Disney World and Hong Kong Disneyland. We expect more details on this land to be shared at D23, or perhaps some footage from inside the land as construction continues. All right, let's go to Hong Kong now. Earlier this summer, Hong Kong Disneyland confirmed via a new document that the resort would proceed with its multi-year expansion, which includes plans for a Marvel-themed area. An e-ticket Avengers Quinjet attraction was announced in 2019 and was scheduled to be completed back in 2023, but no news has been shared since. It is possible we'll hear more about their plans for this expansion or the fate of the Quinjet e-ticket. Over in Shanghai, in March of 2024, Shanghai Disney Resort announced to shareholders that construction was underway on a new attraction, fresh off the heels of its Zootopia Land opening and during construction of a third resort hotel. Following rumors of it being a roller coaster, a municipal planning map was uncovered in April showing a forward and reverse launch. Currently, rumors indicate the IP attached to this project is Spider-Man. Shanghai Disney Resort announced its third themed hotel back in September of 2023 with a groundbreaking ceremony. Since then, details have been scarce as neither a theme nor name has been revealed. When concept art was released, the resort said that the new hotel would immerse guests in spaces and activities which showcase Disney characters and stories. as well as include new dining, shopping, and entertainment offerings. Hopefully get more information on that. In Tokyo, Space Mountain, as we knew it, closed yesterday to make room for a new iteration of the experience, rumored to be named Space Mountain Earthrise. We expect to hear more details about the reimagined attraction at D23. Buzz Lightyear's Astro Blasters at Tokyo Disneyland is also scheduled to close in October of this year to make room for a new shooter attraction themed to Wreck-It Ralph. The technology utilized on board the ride will be updated seemingly to the system used for Ant-Man and the Wasp Nano Battle at Hong Kong Disneyland, which also replaced Buzz Lightyear's Astro Blasters there. It is possible we could get a name or logo reveal for a new ride, possibly even a ride animatic. Now let's go to Disney Cruise Line. There's a lot happening here. The Disney Treasure is set to make its maiden voyage on December 21st of this year. With that date inching ever closer, we'll likely hear more details about the upcoming Disney Cruise Line ship. The second of Disney Cruise Line's 3 new ships, the Disney Adventure, will set sail from Singapore in 2025. We will likely get some details, potentially concept art for the ship, which will feature areas inspired by Big Hero 6, Moana, and more. Disney Cruise Line obviously is currently in the midst of major reveals for Disney Destiny, which we'll get to in a minute. This is the 3rd new Disney cruise ship in the fleet. Following its many and still ongoing reveals, it's possible we could hear more about the cruise ship that's setting sail in 2025. In July of 2024, Oriental Land Company announced their plans to operate a Disney Cruise Line ship in Japan with a goal year of 2030. Meyer Werft will build the Disney Wish-class ship, though a name and theme have not yet been announced. What do you think? Have fun. Let your imagination run wild. Let us have it. Let me know in the comments what you think or what you would like to see. There's all kinds of surprises hopefully waiting for us just around the corner. As part of the 3 days of announcements for the Disney Destiny ship, Disney Cruise Line has announced its home port for departures. The Disney Destiny will sail from the new DCL location at Port Everglades in Fort Lauderdale. I've been there. I sailed out of there. It's a little different from going to, if you're used to Port Canaveral, I'd say Port Everglades is quite a bit different experience getting in and out of there altogether. But once you get into the building itself, it's pretty nice. Alongside a look at the standard staterooms, though, Disney Cruise Line has released concept art for the Royal Suites and Concierge staterooms, the upcoming Destiny ship. Concierge guests aboard the Destiny will receive a premium level of dedicated service and access to exclusive areas and amenities, including a concierge lounge and private sun deck. The concept art for the 1-bedroom veranda features decor themed to Fantasia. The concierge veranda staterooms have a different style than the standard ones with bolder, darker colors, has a separate dining and living area as well. Both the living space and bedroom have exits to the veranda. The concept art for a concierge ocean view stateroom is themed to The Incredibles, kind of like if you've been to the Contemporary last couple of years, and it has that sort of mid-century modern inspired design. Among the concierge staterooms and suites will be 4 royal suites. Those are inspired by Hercules and The Incredibles, offering accommodations and views of historic proportions. If you're anything like us, the only thing better than dinner or a show is, well, you guessed it, dinner and a show. So we got a big announcement there. Pride Land's Feast of the Lion King will not only be just that, but it will also join the ranks of a first-of-its-kind Disney dining experience, bringing the iconic songs and legendary moments of the renowned animated classic to life for your family throughout dinner. So what can you expect in this all-new family restaurant? While you dine, live musicians and storytellers will present a musical journey through the Lion King soundtrack using authentic African instruments and theatrical props to represent the story and the characters. Actually, several dining venues in addition to dinner show have been announced. Some of the smaller places. Edna Mode's Lab, let's start there. Edna Mode's Lab, where the famed fashion designer from Pixar's The Incredibles films whips up outfits for the world's most famous supers, will be transformed into a unique confectionery at the brand new Edna a la Mode Suites, inspired by the Auntie Edna short film. Edna's sewing equipment will be repurposed as sweet making devices, and the result is, shall we say, marvelous? Just off the Grand Hall, the central hub and gathering space on a Disney Destiny, 2 casual walk-up cafes will serve a mighty selection of coffee, tea, specialty beverages, and snacks. You can fuel up on your heroic ventures on board at Cafe Megara, a space that will pay homage to Disney Animation's Hercules with a unique and vibrant Greco-disco design, or at Cafe Merida, an area that will be inspired by the flame-haired heroine of Pixar's Brave with its Celtic-centered design. what really got people buzzing though the last few days, 3 new lounges have been announced so far. This is right up my alley. This is what's going to make me go broke going on a Destiny. First up is a Cruella de Vil lounge, the fabulously over-the-top villain from Walt Disney Animated Studios' 101 Dalmatians. And the acclaimed 2021 live-action film inspires de Vil's an all-new adult-exclusive piano lounge. Cruella's infamous flair for style and wickedly bold attitude will be reflected in the bar's Hollywood Regency-inspired aesthetic, where everything will be adorned in her signature color palette of red, black, and white. Like the Disney Treasure, the Disney Destiny cruise ship will also feature a Haunted Mansion bar called Haunted Mansion Parlor. Foolish mortals will be welcomed to sip spirited craft cocktails among the 999 happy haunts of Disney Parks lore at the Haunted Mansion Parlor. Reminiscent of a first-class drawing room from the classic cruise liners of the Golden Age, this experience, which will first debut aboard the Disney Treasure in December of this year, will invoke inspiration from the original theme park attraction with a nautical twist exclusive to Disney Cruise Line. In addition to that Haunted Mansion Parlor and the new Cruella de Vil theme lounge, a Pirates of the Caribbean lounge is coming to the new Disney Destiny. Yes, that's right. The Pirates of the Caribbean venue, Cask and Cannon, invites guests to join the ranks of the Pirates of the Caribbean for an evening of revelry, recreation, and of course, rum. All of the big 3 R's, I guess. Inspired by the iconic characters and scenes from the beloved Disney Parks attractions around the world, the new pub will be an eclectic yet cozy watering hole furnished with treasures acquired or, stolen, I guess, during the Pirates' many voyages around the globe. Are we done? Nope. Disney villains will be featured prominently in a new Aquamouse show called Sing a Silly Song. I've been on the Aquamouse. This seems like a huge update. In Sing a Silly Song, Mickey and Minnie will lead guests on a seemingly ominous trek to the peak of Villain Mountain. I guess then you'll go down this 700-foot-ish slide. When faced with some of the most fearsome villains of Disney animation lore, the duo will employ a silly song and a bit of pixie dust to transform each chilling encounter into a wacky surprise instead. Guests will laugh and splash along as Queen of Hearts, Scar, Chernabog, and others find themselves in unconventionally hilarious situations. Sing a Silly Song will be one of 4 shows available on Aquamouse aboard the Destiny, all complete with music, lighting, special effects, and of course, splash-tacular surprises. And finally, we got a glimpse of the heroes and villains you'll be able to meet aboard the Destiny. Both heroes and villains from across the Disney universe will take center stage aboard the Destiny. Guests will encounter formidable foes including Maleficent, Hades, Cruella de Vil, Captain Hook, Mr. Smee, and Oogie Boogie through a variety of shows, meet and greets, and special appearances throughout the ship, along with some of Disney's most mischievous and misunderstood personalities like Captain Jack Sparrow, Bruno, and Loki. The Disney Destiny will also introduce exclusive ways for guests to interact with their favorite villains, rogues, and mischief makers during all new events and activities. The Disney Destiny will make its maiden voyage in 2025. If you didn't see, we did a nice unboxing of materials that Disney sent to us, teasing the Destiny. We had patches that teased a lot of these locations. They then can go on a bag there. If you haven't seen it, you can click. We'll put a card there for you to watch it. I unboxed it. Of course, Tom gets all the stuff. He got his face on a comic book. I'm kind of jealous. At any rate, for the absolute latest on these stories and all those that did not make it to today's show, be sure to check wdwnt.com and follow us on all your favorite social media platforms. You can support the entire team behind this show and others by joining the WDWNT Interglobe Society at patreon.com/WDWNT. You can get access to exclusive content, discounted show and event tickets, and more. A special shout out to all the WIGS members watching who make this show happen each and every week. Now, for the worldwide leader in Disney Parks news, this is Eric Morton saying, enjoy the rest of your today and have a great, big, beautiful tomorrow.